Good morning. It's the morning. Ooh, it's kind of, there we go. So let's see, what is today? Ooh, today is the last day of Vidcon. That's crazy. And this time tomorrow, I'll be in Canada at TED. What is my life? So, yeah, I guess this will be a video about some of that. I'm so excited. But first I have to figure out how to pack all this up. Like, I didn't bring this much stuff. How do I? All right, I've officially checked out at my hotel, and now it's off to the Samsung booth to return my Tester Gear VR and actually buy one, and maybe drink this water, you know, because I want to stay alive. I had forgotten to eat most of the week. That's something you didn't need to know. It's been a lot of fun. I'm checked out of my hotel because I have a flight late tonight to Canada. Woo. All right, here we go. The fascination with seeing my reflection walking in mirrors. It's just always interesting to see oneself from the side. All right, to the Samsung booth. We're on the way. And we're here, and I just got my new Gear 360. Okay, setup time. Ooh.
Wow. Do you want to watch this? Or?
No, I'm trying to set this up.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you though. All right, we're all set up, I think. Are we all set up? Okay, back in the Expo Hall. Check out this dude in his 360 camera. Oh, he put it down. Up next, the maker booth. I just have to find it first. Without getting distracted. The look I'm going for is Connor Franta in disguise. Is it working? Yes, you can be in the vlog. Good job, guys. Yeah, I think it's working. They all just subscribed to my channel, so hey guys, welcome to my channel. Also, they all found my channel in like 5 seconds flat after I just told them my name. How did they do that? What did they search? Why was it so easy to type? Guys, please leave comments. How? Hey, did I mention I switched hats because SanDisk is giving out free memory cards to people who wear this hat around the Expo Hall? So that's cool. Also, I got a free hat, so that's what I'm really in it for. But a memory card would be nice. I'm not going to say no to a memory card. I'm getting buried in swag by walking through the hall. This is an American Ninja Warrior bag and an American Ninja Warrior temporary tattoo and a Snickers temporary tattoo. I don't need these things. I don't need them at all. Okay, I'm in the Samsung booth now. It's a weird situation. I'm gonna go plug into that. But first, all right. So I've been walking around looking. Oh, I shouldn't. Yeah, that's bad. I've been walking around looking for the maker booth. I haven't been able to find it until now. I finally found it. There's a maker party tonight, so I want to find out how to go to it. Should be fun. Oh, I hear a kerfuffle going on. Oh, it's people waving to folks upstairs. the king and his subjects. I think that's what's going on. Yo, I'm up on the industry floor for the first time since the con started. Check out this view.
Sam, how many did you get? Everybody give it up for Sam.
Yeah, go Sam.
How do you feel? There's some water. There's some water for you.
How crazy is that?
You need some water?
Look at all those food trucks.
You do? I got like salty in my eye. Wait, so you really did eat it?
Okay, the Internet Creators Guild launch thing is here in half an hour. I'm so excited. This is such a good thing. I don't think the world has realized how important online video is yet. But the people at Vidcon, they have. And the people at YouTube, they have. And this is the result of that.
I'm so glad that you're all here.
Okay, that's fantastic, Mom, but I haven't got one job interview at all by just being me, right? So I think the big thing is...
So I kid you not, 7 years ago, on a day exactly like today, I was not a YouTuber, but I was actually in the crowd at the very, very back at the very first Vidcon. I came with a brand, and they were like, YouTube is going to be the next big thing. And I'm like, no, it's not. However, I was wrong. So with that being said, I was sitting in the back, and I saw people like Mr. Guitar Man, Justine, Shay Carl, they were up here talking, and I'm like, that looks and sounds like the most incredible thing. When I grow up, I want to be a YouTuber as well. 7 years later, the tides have changed, and I've had the opportunity now to not be in the very back of the crowd, but the front of the crowd. So the reason I share that story is everyone in this room has the opportunity to do what you love to do, and you have the opportunity to also make YouTube as a living. Over the last 7 years, from watching other YouTubers and from experiencing it myself. The thing that I learned through this process is embrace technology. If you want to stay current and if you want to succeed on YouTube, you must not be afraid to embrace technology. Now, technology is always changing. It's very scary, but if you're afraid of 360, if you don't get on these bandwagons, you get left behind so fast, so quick. So number one, embrace technology. The second thing is, do not have YouTube as your only platform to succeed in. A lot of people make that mistake thinking, well, YouTube's where it's all at. However, things don't always work out on YouTube for everybody. So Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, if this is something you truly want to do, use all platforms out there to try and succeed. One of my favorite social media people, Final Cut King, he had this amazing YouTube channel, but it wasn't getting noticed by a lot of people. So he actually started uploading everything onto Vine and Instagram. Even though his YouTube channel never took off like crazy, his Vine has like bajillion people watch it, and he has 15 million followers alone on Instagram. So not every platform is for everybody. So you must be willing to change and adapt to the audience that you're creating stuff for. Now the third thing I want to talk about is collaborate with people on your level. Now we all start at the very bottom with 0 subscribers or followers. It's very hard to contact someone like PewDiePie with 50, 40 million plus subscribers when you have 1 subscriber, your mom. So be cautious, be aware of who you're contacting. Now there's also opportunities where you can work with big YouTubers, but you have to be willing to bring something new to the table. But if you can't bring something new to the table, it's always a lot harder to convince them. So keep that in mind. Start at the very bottom with other people, and as you both work together, and as you both rise to the top, you both benefit from that. And that's the same thing that happened with me, is when I had 1 subscriber, my mother, I started contacting all my friends, and we started doing collabs together, and as they grew, I also grew. The next thing for the list is form alliances. Going back once again to you all grow together. This platform, the people, the community in this platform, they all succeed together. If I try to form enemies, it never benefits anybody. Now the next thing on this list of things that I've learned through this process is don't try and create content the same as others. create content that makes you unique. I do action sports stuff for a living, and a lot of people would see my videos and they're like, well, Devin's successful, I'm gonna do the exact same video. Now the problem with that is I have 4 million subscribers that you're essentially competing with, and that's how it is with a lot of other YouTubers. Just because you see someone successful does not mean that you have to do the exact same thing to be successful. Everyone in this room is unique. Use your God-given talents to make a difference with the content that you're creating. Now the next thing I want to talk about is consistent content means a consistent audience. Even for us big YouTubers, if we're not consistent, our content doesn't continue to grow. I decided to take 1 week off a couple weeks ago, and it was like the downfall of my channel, with a channel like as big as we are. So just know if you're just starting out, or if you've been around for a couple years, you have to be consistent with the content that you're creating. And that's the other thing, is content is king. You don't need big, fancy, heavy, expensive equipment. Some of the most watched videos on social media are simple videos shot on an iPhone or even smaller phones than that. So keep that in mind. Take calculated risk with the content that you create. Your brand deals videos are only worth what people are willing to pay for them. So if you're wondering, like, I can't get any brand deals with the content that I'm creating, that means you probably need to lower your price. So keep that in mind with the people that you're working with. Now the next item on my list, if your video you're stoked on fails, it's not the end of the world, it's just the end of the week. Some of my favorite videos that I poured my entire heart in have completely failed. However, I use that opportunity to learn, and even us top YouTubers, we get discouraged with the content that we're creating. Now, the last thing I want to say is the greatest accomplishments on earth were made by people not smart enough to know it was impossible. Now, everyone in here is smart and brilliant. However, not everyone in here knows how to compete with Hollywood and everyone else in the world. However, we all have the power to do that. When I started 7 years ago in the back, I was just this super shy kid, afraid to talk to anyone, and now I have the opportunity to travel around the world and create the things that I absolutely love to do. Everyone in here has that power. You must fight for your passion and do what you love. I fully believe that. Thanks so much for listening. Over and out.
Woo! Awesome words from Devin.
Welcome, Hannah Hart!
Hello. So, can everybody just take one breath in? I didn't hear that much. Breathing in. Thank you. And out. And I want you to picture that you're standing on cool green grass. It's golden hour, the air's warm and dry, and you start moving forward towards this raging house party that you can't wait to get into. Because if there's one thing I really know about me, it's that I really, really love to party, and somehow this has all turned into this marvelous career. And I think it's because I know exactly who I am in that party. So for those of you who always hear, know yourself, and that's the best way to start a channel, I'm gonna map out an analogy of the people that are at that party, and you, in your own mind, can start to determine, oh, wait, that's me. Therefore, I'm gonna build my channel in this direction. So you walk into the door, you go into this party, and you see, people in the center of a dance circle, and they're doing some killer dance moves, and of course, everybody's watching, everybody's looking, and they're passively just like, man, that's the best dance move I've ever seen. And then they continue to walk on by. So if you are an amazing dance-skilled artist, feel free to share those talents online. As you go in, you also see people that are in the corner having a heated debate, trying to determine what the next step to resolve climate change is. And you're like, man, those people are smart. Or at least, they really think they're very, very smart. And it's great, because they can engage with each other, and they can just continue to debate and question and get really deep into it. So if you want to join that debate and you feel really strongly about that topic, jump into the conversation. Let your voice be heard. Share your opinion. Go that way. As you continue to walk passively again, you see someone who's just like super banging hot. It's right over there. Kinda, I don't know. They're actually right over there. Okay, there you go. And you're like, wow, that person like looks really cool, and like everybody's like trying to talk to them, and everybody's staying with them, and like it's pretty clear that this person's just getting like a lot of attention at the center of the party, because let's face it, we're all pretty superficial, and yeah, their thumbnails have like boobs in them, so people are gonna hang out. You also walk by musicians. You see people who are like casually playing guitar, very soulfully staring into each other's eyes, and playing to a group of people, and you think, man, I really wish I'd ever learned how to play guitar, just at all. That would have been a great device to get people to talk to me at a party. Does anybody want to hear a song? No? Okay, so you're also not a musician. You have people that, let's say, are the adults. Maybe some parents are at this party for some reason. No, there's not. You're right. We really haven't broken the over 40 demo at our giant house party, have we? So for those of you who are looking for a white space in the market, there it is, Anchorage, 40-somethings. Here we go. We got this. I'm not 40 yet, but I will be, and I'll still be making YouTube videos. So let's cross that bridge when we get there. And then you have someone, and this is the person that I relate to the most. The people that are standing in the kitchen. These are the people who, you know, maybe have either just finished dancing or don't actually really haven't mustered up the courage to go dancing yet. They're looking for like maybe a quieter environment where they can get to know somebody one-on-one, while also perhaps eating. The food is actually really irrelevant in this analogy, so just don't worry about that, unless you know how to cook. But then again, that's more like the dancing channel analogy. Let's ignore that completely. Point being, I know myself. I know that when I walk into a party, I'm gonna spend a little bit milling around, kind of doing like a periphery roundup of where it is, and I know I'm gonna end up in the kitchen looking for snacks. Not only because I'm hungry, but also because I'm a nervous eater, and that's the best place for me to be. And so, as you focus on events like this, and as you come to things like Vidcon or Playlist, oh sorry, just Vidcon, guys, actually, just Vidcon. As you exclusively come to Vidcon every year. That's true. I don't go to Playlist anymore, I really just stay here. So as you exclusively come to Vidcon every year, take notes, absolutely, on the strategies you hear before you, advice from creators that you admire, you know, whatever else happens at VidCon. And like, oh, other people you meet at meetups, make friends, bring friends to your house party, it's great. And you can use those strategies to your benefit only if you know who you are at that house party. Does that make sense? I see some nodding. Okay, well, it's also okay if it didn't make sense and this is the majority of the rest of the room not nodding. I mean to say that before you try and commodify and define yourself publicly, you really, really, really must take the time to understand yourself privately. So, without that, you're screwed. I like to think of this process as buffering. That being said, buffering to me is like, you know, buffering when you see that little like Netflix wheel or just exclusively YouTube spinning wheel, actually, only YouTube wheel. Spinning, what does that wheel really signify? It means that the content has created a boundary between you and it, that the pixels are still forming behind it. It's still completing its process so that when it's finally ready to share, it knows exactly what it's sharing. Thank you.
Because in the dark, you can see shine.
It's like equal 50-50 good and woo. I didn't hear anything besides good or woo, which is great news for VidCon. I hope it's been a really great few days for you all. It's been great. This is a great convention center. My team is really fantastic. I'm really happy right now. I've been sitting backstage, like, just grinning. These screens shine back through, so there's like a reversed image of what's happening on them backstage, and everybody's just like looking and smiling. We're all so happy. So it's going really great, and I thank you for being a part of it being great. I have been making online video for a long time, and ever since you know, like the first time I saw something go kind of wrong, I thought somebody's gonna make an industry organization that's gonna make this like so that we can communicate more effectively with each other, so that there's some kind of legitimized voice that is speaking on behalf of these people who really care about what they're doing and are doing something new and undefined. It's one of the wonderful things about it that it's undefined, because we get to define it. But at the same time, that means that if somebody wants to come in and be a total D-wad, then they can, and suddenly it's like, oh, is that allowed? And if it is allowed, then how does that affect the entire industry? Like suddenly it's just like Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, except it's online video and we're just all like rushing at each other with swords made out of you know, thumbnail hacks and misleading titles, which I guess kind of has happened over the years. Not that I've ever uploaded a misleading thumbnail, not me. But yeah, I mean, I've seen that there have been many times do this. Somebody else is going to do it. Nobody is doing it because the people who have the power to do it are very busy, because they also have the power to make lots of like cool stuff that's going to like grow their audience and make them money, and that's the stuff that we want to do. Like we want to build that, not like some industry organization. That's no fun.
Hello. Wow, I want like a bigger high than that.
Woo!
Yes. Wait, okay, one more. Ready? And... Okay, good. Cool. Like social media strategies. And Monster's like, well, that's not how professionals do it. And Monster's like, you should upload on Tuesdays between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. because that's when most people blah, 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 blah.
I lead a team called Community, where we're focused on helping you better connect with your fans. For example, at 1,000 subscribers, you'll be invited to local meetups and workshops at YouTube spaces around the world. At 10,000 subscribers, you'll be able to film at your local space and get a channel consultation. Sexuality, nationality, and religion is embraced and is equal. It's where everyone is welcome and anyone can thrive.
Could definitely go to school. So weekends are going to be your thing. So make sure you've got time on that weekend, and maybe in the evenings after you've done your homework, you like plan and prepare what you're going to shoot on the weekend. And then when you wake up on Saturday morning, alarm at 6 o'clock in the morning, you're like, right, today is the day, and nothing is going to get in the way of me filming this video. And give yourself a timeline as well, and say, I'm going to film this video today, and on Sunday I'm going to edit it and get it done, and by Sunday night it's going to be on YouTube. And if you're not entirely happy with it, stick to that deadline anyway and put it out, and then just say, okay, well, what can I do in the future to make it a bit easier for me to get a better video out? So you're learning, but you have to follow through and complete that whole process. And then once you get one up, you're like, okay, right, I know what I'm going to do better next time. Does that make sense?
What a day, right? Full of incredible advice and good thoughts from good people. Just a great last day of VidCon. Also, I have a burger. I'm so excited. I haven't eaten all day. Thank you for watching my coverage of VidCon. I had an incredible week, and I hope you enjoy watching it. I know there have been some ups and downs, some exciting parts, and some super boring parts. But I got to document it with 3 videos each day, and in one case, 6 videos in a single day. So, I'd say it was a successful week. I will see you at TED in 6 hours. Off we go.